Hello everybody and welcome for a new 3D video on Blender. It's a video about, I think it's isometric rooms. I'm not quite sure of the name of this type of design. I've already made one on my father's desk if you want to watch it. So it's earlier in my videos. But this one is a little bit more complex. Of course it's way more than a little bit more complex, but I will say a little bit. Because I had an idea in mind and I wanted to make that because I thought it would look really nice. So I made it. You will see at the end of the episode what it is. So it's completely invented, there's no inspiration from the real world. So let's start by adding some lights on the corners, top corners. Like this we can see the room. After the lights I will try to make some hexagon shape, so it was very long, very difficult because I tried a lot of techniques. I have a polygon generator, but I don't know how to use that, and it was way easier to make an hexagon out of a cube. So it's not a perfect hexagon, but it looks like, and it was way easier to make. So why hexagons? It's because I wanted to make windows to look out. So it's simple windows, it's just like that. I do really like the design. I want this at my home, but I think the cost will not be the same because hexagons are expensive if you want to make like windows this shape, specific windows. Just stick to themselves. It's easier to make the wall with the holes in it, but not to put glass, like to put some 3D printed glass. I don't know. Maybe in 10 years we will have the technology to make hexagon glass affordable for everyone, and it will look nice on my wall, I think, my future wall. So let's make some console to control the room, so it looks like a ship desk. Like in video games you have some ship controller desk, it is that. So it was simple to do, not that simple, but I needed to precise it, if we can say it, just like demesh, remesh, because my computer can't handle all those points and transformations without any lag. Of course, Blender is very efficient, like we have a lot of points to manage and other, but Blender still works very great, so that's very nice. I think it's the best 3D software for those who have low running computer, because mine can handle Blender very well, but at the first time you wouldn't thought it is that, because it's like one of the most technical 3D thing for visual design, but it works very great, better than Fusion, or at least. But both of them are really good handled with some basic shapes, so which why I'm not making overcomplicated things. And it's also because my mind can handle that. When you don't have the imagination for that, you cannot make that. So this is a new technique that I used to make the wires for the battery, because yes, it's batteries, the things. I extruded a little face and I think it looks nice. At least it works for a couple of ground wires, and those batteries are linked to a cube. I don't know what cube is that, why it is that, and I simply don't know. This is a chest, so kind of basic chest. I've seen one chest in my life, like it's in my home, but except that one, I think I never seen chests like in video games that we use in normal life, I can say. So this chest has a little logo on it, because I thought it will be nicer and it will break the absence of anything on the chest. So it's a simple logo, very easy, and it works. At least it's like something here that does this job. So yes, it's not perfectly made because you can see the cylinder as a default, but let's don't look at this and let's don't mind. I made also some platforms here, you will see why later, so I needed to have just an hexagon, but it was too complex to make, so I only took a circle, demesh it and make that a little bit polished. So now we have to put some spheres on the top, and if you guessed it, you're very strong at guessing, I don't know. It's a hologram platform, so yes, it's some basic planets on it. This is a control board, so it's very simple design. I think I say that at each thing I made. It's incredible. It's not that simple. I never made that some weeks ago on Blender. So we have some switches. I think I can animate that. My goal is to make a lot of rooms like that, a lot of like objects on the side, and also a world with some houses, and when you get in the house you can see that, and like this I will be able to animate a lot of scenes, because like my character will walk in a house and he will teleport. I will make some magic of editing in that room. He will trigger some buttons, some levers and other, and it will go out and it will be in the other world with big houses. It will, like in video games, when you get in a house, you are teleported, if I can say, in a little room that is not the house, because it's way bigger if you see the size of the character, but it's like for playing purposes, if I can say. So after making some wall decoration, the little things on the wall, it's wall decorations. I would have painted that with some posters and other, but it will have token. Whoa, I think it's not the right conjugation, but if it is, I have luck. It will took me way too much time to just paint. I don't like painting. I want to be designer, not painter, so it's why the room is better without colors than with, I think. The ground things are like wires connecting everything to the batteries and the batteries to everything. It's just because I wanted to have some like neon things on the ground. So I used some BSDF, I don't know what it is, but it looks nice, and all my designs are better in the shading than in the rendering, so it's a true issue, because if I want to render things, I need it to be beautiful also in the render things. As you can see, the control board is also with no textures on it. No texture. See, it has texture, but it's like a glass pane, and I wanted it to have like Windows version or other, but I don't have time to import all of that, because I want to learn how to design, and when I'll be a good designer, I will make the beautiful things to put on my designs, but for now I'm just trying to make easy things. For the next week you will have a chest design, pirate chest, and then I don't know, because I made the pirate chest today, so just the day after that video. So yes, I'm trying a lot of things, but my full goal is to have a lot of sceneries and others that I can use to make some mini fields, some motions capture, something with some characters that are moving with a little story and other, but it requires a lot of skills that I don't have yet I precise yet, because I will have them, I hope, because if I want to make this my job, I need to have these skills. So this is the final result. I'm pretty happy with that, because in like 2 weeks I went from making a cube in Blender to making that, so I think it's a pretty good progress. I'm like 100 of the way, like one step out of 100. I don't know how you say that, so please tell me in comments if you have any ideas that I can do, or send me a picture of your room if you want me to make a simplified version of Blender. Of course, thank you for watching, please consider subscribing, and most importantly, enjoy your day.